muertos en Nueva York. Y quizás seamos las que podemos salvar la ciudad.
¿Por qué disparo yo el láser nuclear que aún está en pruebas?
Tienes los brazos más largos. ¡Fuego!
Solo son unas mujeres tristes.
If this wasn't a reboot of a film known by virtually every person on the planet, how would you sell this movie?
I would say that this is a really fun, funny comedy that's a giant adventure about 4 very funny people who, using technology, fight the paranormal and end up saving New York City.
I felt like there was a message about how you manage the fact that you are an underdog. Is that the story you wanted to tell? Or?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at all the movies I've done, they're really always about underdogs. That's the one theme I really relate to, because I always feel like an underdog and like an outsider, and I think most people in the world do. Even the confident people have at one time or another felt like that, and I just like the idea that these 4 unlikely heroes who are considered to be possibly crazy by everybody else are proven to be right.
Watching the movie, I couldn't help thinking that it is, from the beginning to the end, a superhero origin movie. Mm-hmm. Was that intentional?
Yeah, it's very much intentional. That's a great observation. No, I love origin stories. Like, the first Iron Man is one of my favorite movies of all time, because the way that you see how a normal person becomes this superhero. But what I also love about this is that these superheroes are still humans. They are still mortal. They can still be hurt, just like you and I, but they create this technology using their brains and their beliefs to take on these overwhelming forces. So they are human superheroes.
This leads me to believe, to wonder if you have any idea for a sequel.
I definitely got some ideas, yeah, but I mean, it's been so hard just to kind of get to the end of this one, but yeah, it's definitely something you always keep in the back of your mind of like, oh, we didn't get to do this would be fun, or as you think of new situations to put them in.
This was a very contentious project since the moment that you announced that they were 4 women. Mm-hmm. I wonder if the backlash made you change some things up in the project, or?
No, I didn't change anything. It just made me aware of what people's expectations were and what their issues might be. And some, if the issues that are about the cast being women, that is nothing I can service, because if they've got a problem with that, I don't know what to tell them. But, there's also people just had a lot of issues with just the fact that we were doing it, and remaking a classic. And that I understood. But, from day one, Katie Dippold and I, when we wrote the script, faced it as fans. We really wanted to do it not in a way where you go like, the other movie doesn't exist, just in the world in general, even though we're doing a reboot. We wanted to say, we love this movie. We want to have these tributes to it. We want to have little moments with the original cast. And you're going to see stuff like, the stuff we all loved, the Ecto-1 and the Proton Packs. So, you just want people to judge it on its own merits.
This is a summer tentpole starring all kinds of women. It represents age, race. Mm-hmm. It's what's happening in network TV in the USA. Do you think the success of this movie could shape up the future of Hollywood, maybe? Or?
Well, what I hope is that this opens the door, and it's ridiculous we have to open this door in 2016, for more women starring in these giant movies, and not just in supporting roles, but especially in comedies. I mean, we've got like the Hunger Games and Divergent and those things, which are great, that have these strong female, protagonists in them. But at the same time, there needs to be more. We need to see more real women portrayed in these giant movies, because there's an audience.
They're always like pretty girls.
Yeah, exactly, and not like, real people, who are 3-dimensional and are making mistakes and are funny and, and infallible. I mean, that's we get to see those men on screen all the time, so why don't we get to see those women?
Is there any chance that we could get an R-rated version of this in the future?
Well, I mean, we definitely had stuff that would make us.
Because you were improvising.
Yeah, no, we're all kind of R-rated performers at the end of the day, but ironically, this movie sort of rejected that kind of thing. It wasn't the kind of movie where you felt you had to do that, and then occasionally when we would do it, it would feel off for some reason, because it's kind of a movie for everyone.
I hear some of the actresses were surprised at Chris Hemsworth's merits at improvising.
Oh yeah.
Was it fun working with him?
Yeah, it was really fun. I didn't realize he was going to be that funny. I know he's a great actor, and I know he is a funny guy, but I didn't expect that level of proficiency as a comedic actor who could improvise. And he really surprised all of us. I mean, the ladies kept looking at me like, did you write him that joke? Because he came up with that. So he was delightful.
¡Somos las Cazafantasmas! Va a pasar algo muy gordo.
Creo que la palabra correcta es apocalipsis.
¡Te voy a quitar esas tonterías de muerte!